Today we're going to have a look at another feature of segment protocols. In a previous video we talked about protocols 102, where we had talked about blocking events, omitting properties, etc. Now what we're going to look into is specifically JSON schema violations and how it can help us to be very rigid or very precise in terms of the values that we're expecting and that we're actually allowing into our segment pipeline, hence also in the destinations that we're going to send our data to, right? What we're going to do is we're going to again use TrackLab, which is our Human 37 sandbox. But first what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the source that's connected to this. In my case, it is Glen localhost frontend. And we're going to have a look at two things. One, the schema. And you can tell that here's a tracking plan that's been connected, right? Let's have a look at that tracking plan. The tracking plan is pretty straightforward, and it's all about the photo uploaded event in this case. You can tell that there's a photo quality property in the photo uploaded event. It comes from a sync library. Don't pay too much attention to that. It's just because I had it in place already previously. It's an optional property. It has to be a string, and the values need to be either high, medium, or low. Now, what you need to know here is that it's not because I'm applying a tracking plan, it's actually doing something. So I'm going to move myself here now. Actually, what you're seeing is that, and that's something that we talked about previously already, that we have unplanned events. Don't pay too much attention to that. There's another video about that. Today, it's all about the JSON schemas, right? If we go to the schema configuration, actually, you can see that whatever happens on the track calls, even though if the event is unplanned, if a property or a trait is actually unplanned, or there's a JSON schema violation, we don't care. Segment will accept anything at that stage. So let's give it a try. I actually tried this previously in order to prepare it for this video. What we're gonna change this with is we're gonna call it bad data. So I'm having this photo uploaded event with the photo quality property, but the value in there is neither high, medium, nor low, right? It says bad data. But since we're not applying or enforcing any schemas, this event is just happily gonna make it through the pipeline. And what you're gonna see is actually poof, this event made it through, right? Now, how can we be more rigid? By actually looking into the schema configuration. And because we specified very specifically that we have permitted values and we're talking about regex and all of those things, it actually adheres to the JSON schema. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna say like, look, if there's a property that doesn't adhere to what we're expecting in terms of JSON schema, and so therefore it violates the schema, omit that property. We're gonna now put that in production. Usually it says this may take up to 5 minutes to process, but on low volumes, usually we see it's instantly. So I'm gonna resend that event. I've now sent the event bad data. If you go back to the debugger, you actually would see that the event made it through the pipeline, but it's only photo uploaded. The event that violated our JSON schema is completely being stripped. And actually that's what you see in the violations. String not match the pattern, does not match the pattern high, medium, or low. Photo quality, line 36, and it will actually show you what went wrong here, right? So we had to strip all of that out, right? Voilà. That's basically what's going on the first try or in this setting. What we can also do is we can say like, look, I want to go a step further, and I'm only interested in photo uploaded events with correct values. So I'm not interested in empty photo event uploaded or photo uploaded events. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to block that event from the pipeline entirely. Now, if we would try this, bad data, what you would see is that this event was a bit too fast on my end. Bad data. Poof. This event completely got blocked, right? You see that because we have this stop sign, it doesn't make it through the pipeline. Okay, there's a violation as well, does not match the pattern, therefore it got blocked entirely because of our setting. Now let's make sure that this thing actually works properly, and we're gonna do that by testing out a value that is permitted. So we're gonna try high, we're gonna send that in, and what you see is that this event perfectly makes it through the pipeline. There's no violation whatsoever.